We're in a new era. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw.
Seth freaking Rollins, and this is Bretto live on YouTube.
What is going on, guys? Bretto live back with another video, and today we have the Week in Review episode 255, where we go over Raw and SmackDown in a WWE action figure setup style. We're going to be starting off here with Monday Night Raw. By halfway through the video, we're going to be jumping into SmackDown. We opened up the show with Mr. Jey Uso and Mr. Damian Priest. Jey Uso, of course, being the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Champion, so of course you already know Damian Priest has got to interrupt this. A war of words, even where Jey Uso mentioned mommy and told Damian Priest to say ha. It ended with JD McDonough trying to attack Jey Uso from behind, and Damian Priest did not authorize this sneak attack from JD, and it led to a super kick to Damian Priest incidentally by Jey Uso. And Jey kind of was like, oops, sorry. I would have been like, bro, who cares, man? Super kick stupid Damian Priest. Take him down. I'm going to be fighting for the title at Backlash. Why the frick not? But Damian Priest was very heated with JD because he did not authorize that attack. So could we see little cracks in the Judgment Day? I feel like the draft could easily split up the Judgment Day. We'll see what happens. It was a tag team championship match. The new champs, R-Truth and The Miz. Awesome Truth. They went up against DIY, Triple H and Shawn Michaels. This match was really freaking decent. They had me thinking multiple times that DIY were going to win this match. Literally, the counts were like 2.999. I'm like, oh my god, dude. DIY is so going to win. But in the end, we did see The Miz and R-Truth use some great tag team wrestling to pick up the victory and pin Johnny Gargano to win the match. After the match, they had a little shake of the hands between the two, but Tommaso Ciampa did not want to shake hands with Awesome Truth. He was showing a little heel side here, and Gargano's like, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? I feel like they could do an angle just like NXT, where Ciampa turns out Gargano by the entrance stage, slams him right into the Titantron, and they could just revamp that entire rivalry, and I'd be totally freaking fine with it. Their takeover matches, they were so top tier, bro. So top tier. As far as this tag team match, I really enjoyed it. It is so weird seeing Gunther without the Intercontinental Championship. He made his entrance with Imperium, came out, talked about how he lost the title. He got interrupted by the New Day, and they also talked about how he lost the title. They're like, where's your gold, Gunther? Where's your gold? Gunther said, you know what, Gio, Ludwig, take care of New Day. It was a tag team match. Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods versus Ludwig Kaiser, Giovanni Vinci. Tag team match was pretty decent. Typical Imperium match. We see Giovanni Vinci get pinned by the New Day all day. Easy work. What happened after the match is what really caught me off guard. Ludwig Kaiser showing a little too much sympathy for Gio. Normally he's super strict with him. And Gunther gave him an eye too, because Gunther was on ringside. Gunther stared at Ludwig for a second after they lost. And then Ludwig turns on Giovanni Vinci, slams him into the side of the ring, destroys his head between the steel stairs. I would have loved to have set it up, but I don't have Giovanni Vinci or Ludwig Kaiser. I gotta wait on that Mattel Creations exclusive figure pack to come out. But man, it caught me off guard to see them betray Giovanni Vinci. And then it was confirmed that it was all authorized by Gunther, because Ludwig went backstage and they kept the camera on Ludwig, and I was like, let's go, this production team is rocking. And Gunther approved of the attack, and I was like, oh my god, man, this is crazy. So now it's just back to Ludwig and Gunther in Imperium. That's crazy, man. What is Gio gonna do though alone? I don't know if he'll be able to make it alone. We'll see. Drew McIntyre super duper pissed off still about the CM Punk attacks and how he screwed him at WrestleMania. He was calling out Punk once again, and then he gets Sheamus, one of his best friends of all time in the WWE. Sheamus comes out and says, Drew, why do you keep bitching and moaning about all this stuff? And it got into a really heated argument between the two guys, and I loved this promo. Sheamus was like, we used to have banger after banger after banger, and Drew's like, now it just looks like you're having burger after burger after burger. I'm like, oh my god, it's so funny, bro. So funny. They didn't attack each other, but it was definitely heated between the two, and then it led to a match between Shinsuke Nakamura and Sheamus one-on-one. This match was pretty decent. Obvious outcome here. Sheamus is going to take the W, pin Shinsuke Nakamura, and stare down Drew McIntyre, and that's exactly what happened. Sheamus looks good. Obviously, he's got to cut down a little bit, but dude, he's had neck issues. He can't work out, bro. So I don't blame Sheamus one bit for being a little bigger than when he left, bro. Give him some time. Sheamus is one of the hardest workers in the biz. He will look absolutely shredded once again. Sami Zayn backstage gets attacked by Bronson Reed, who is reminding Sami Zayn that next up for the Intercontinental Champion is me. I don't care what happened with Chad Gable. I get next. If Bronson Reed stakes his claim backstage attacking Sami Zayn pretty brutally, I want them to do a triple threat match. I want it to be Chad Gable, Sami, and Bronson at Backlash. I think that would be a really good match. Speaking of Chad Gable, I was curious to see what they were going to do with him on this show, and they did some pretty dirty crap, man. He was in the center of the ring with all of Alpha Academy, and obviously Maxine, Akira Tozawa, and Otis, they're all still face, but Gable's the only one turning heel here. So he just basically insulted insults all of them by saying, I've been training a bunch of losers. I'm like, oh man, he's treating them such like crap. He called Akira Tozawa an absolute loser, called Maxine dumb. He called Otis like his number one guy, but he's not what he expected. I was like, bro, he is just insulting all of them. And then he said, you guys are all going to help me win that Intercontinental Championship back, no matter what. And then Otis agreed on behalf of Maxine and Akira Tozawa. Alpha Academy's being forced to help a healed Chad Gable. Ooh, this could get interesting, no doubt about that. Dominic Mysterio was supposed to team up with JD McDonough to go up against Ricochet and Andrade, but Dominic Mysterio was injured, so Dominic Mysterio could not compete in this match, so they got Santos Escobar from SmackDown to team up with JD to go up against Ricochet and Andrade. The tag team match was pretty decent. In the end, we did see Ricochet and Andrade pick up the victory over Santos and JD McDonough, but what happened after the match is what really caught me off guard. We saw Damian Priest! Damian Priest came out and literally destroyed everybody. He took out Ricochet, he took out Andrade, and then he says to Dominic Mysterio, I don't need the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day needs me. I was like, oh, Priest, that was unnecessary. Only because you're a champion now, you're going to treat the Judgment Day like crap. And Mommy's not going to be too happy about this because Mommy said keep Judgment Day on top. I don't know if that's going to happen, Mommy. I feel like the draft is going to split up the Judgment Day. That's just my opinion. We'll see what happens. I'm so excited for the draft. They had a battle royal for the Women's Championship here in the main event of the show. We saw Chelsea Green get eliminated twice after Nia Jax absolutely decimated Becky Lynch on the outside of the ring, who wasn't eliminated yet, by slamming Piper Niven on her and then sending her through the announce desk. I was like, oh my god, somebody check on Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch somehow makes it back in the ring with Nia Jax, leading to the final three, which were Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, and Becky Lynch. And I was like, bro, y'all gotta give it to Liv. It would only make sense. Her and Rhea were beefing right before Rhea left. It would only make sense. Give it to Liv. Rhea could come back, try to get the title back from Liv. It would work perfect. It would really work perfect. But they didn't. They gave it to Becky Lynch, and I mean, okay, I understand she's like one of the biggest names. Why not just give the title to her, figure something out? But I mean, oh man, I feel like Liv Morgan would have been a really good pick, and it would have caught a lot of people off guard. I really think Becky was the wrong pick. That's just me, though. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Becky Lynch wins in the main event of the show, celebrates with the crowd, which I thought was really cool. Becky Lynch on top again. Not a bad battle royal, not a bad Monday Night Raw in a whole. Let me know what you guys thought about the show down in the comment section down below. There goes Ricochet and Santos and Damian. What the heck is going on over there? If I were to rate this show out of 5, I'm going to give the show a solid 3 out of 5. And my favorite moment, believe it or not, is probably the burger after burger after burger promo. I absolutely loved that segment. And we are going to jump into SmackDown now. SmackDown from Cincinnati. Let's talk about it. This, of course, was the first day of the draft. I will not be covering any of the draft picks in this week in review. There will be a separate video on all of the draft picks. Okay, I'm waiting until Monday Night Raw concludes because that is when we will have all the official draft picks. So there's going to be a separate video dropping next week on all the draft picks. So please stay tuned for that video. We're going to be talking about all of SmackDown right now, all the action, all the promos, once again, besides the draft picks. So let's do this. We open up the show with AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes. They had a little contract signing for the Undisputed Universal Championship match. That's going to be happening at Backlash. By the way, this match is going to be literally fantastic, and I cannot wait for it. Both men had great points for their promos. Of course, going into the match, you're always going to want to have a strong promo. They both did. And it ended with mutual respect. I'm not going to lie. They both just shook hands, and they kind of went their separate ways. AJ Styles obviously firing a little blow, calling himself he's going to be the new champ. Obviously, you're going to want to be confident going into a match like this. I cannot wait for this match. Solid contract signing, and I'm surprised it did not break down with AJ Styles like blindsiding Cody Rhodes. I like the setup for this too. There was like 2 tables, and then there was a podium for the title in the center. Looked really official. I like this. Oh, I will mention this though. Paul Heyman said that Roman Reigns has opted out of the draft, so Roman Reigns can't be drafted because obviously he'd take the number 1 pick no matter what. So they took him out of the draft, and yeah, I don't. Where does Roman Reigns like reside? Is he still in the Bloodline when he comes back? My God, this has me curious. Oh, it was only a matter of time until this happened. Yes, I do realize that's Kalisto. I'm posing that as Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio went up in a tag team match up against Legado de Fantasmas, Angel, and Bretto. 2-on-2 tag team action. We did see Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio pick up the victory with ease. It's what happened after the match, which I would normally say caught me off guard, but it didn't. I was expecting it. LWO was celebrating in the ring with Carlito and Selena Vega, and then here comes Santos Escobar, announces that Elektra Lopez has finally got some security camera footage, and of course Dragon Lee got attacked prior to WrestleMania when Rey Mysterio needed a tag team partner, and they revealed that Carlito had attacked Dragon Lee backstage, and LWO literally watches this, and then Carlito only attacks Dragon Lee from behind. He kind of pushes Rey Mysterio out of the ring, but he doesn't really fully attack Rey. He only kind of backstabbers Dragon Lee and then kind of dips up out of there, runs through the crowd. Legado del Fantasma has definitely freaking started some cracks, even more cracks in LWO, but Andrade's been drafted to SmackDown, so he'll probably jump in LWO if I had to guess and help out LWO, take out Legado del Fantasma. This is like one of the longest running rivalries, I swear. Braun Breaker went one-on-one with Cedric Alexander, and this had to have been like a 20-second match. Cedric Alexander looked to do some fancy stuff by bouncing off the ropes, but it didn't really work out. Braun Breaker hit one of those massive spears, and it was all over from there, and he was literally wearing this exact attire that I have in figure form. I love when the superstars literally wear the exact attires that I have in action figures. It's so cool. He hit a spear on Cedric Alexander. It was all over from there. 1, 2, 3, making him look really strong. Draft season right here. Bianca Belair has announced that she will be getting a women's tag team championship match at Backlash up against the Kabuki Warriors. And who is their tag team partner? Of course, you already know it's Jade Cargill. This is going to be an amazing tag team match. They had a little face-to-face confrontation. Jade and Bianca, of course, going face-to-face with the Kabuki Warriors. It felt pretty cool. It feels like a breath of fresh air. I cannot wait to see new women's tag team champions. Let's be honest, they're totally winning those belts. Right after this promo, we saw Kevin Owens brawl it out with Tama Tonga and literally interrupt that little face-to-face interaction that they were having, because Kevin Owens had attacked Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa when they pulled up to the arena, so that brawl continued all the way to the outside of the arena where it was 2-on-1 and security was trying to break them all up, but Kevin Owens, it was only a matter of time till Kevin Owens gets busted open again. I'm like, who can help out Kevin Owens? Sami Zayn maybe? Will he jump ship and just come over here to SmackDown for one night? Nope. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens' best buddy from WrestleMania in that triple threat match. He comes out, evens up the odds, and my God, Solo was afraid of Randy Orton. It was like a viper coming out there and a dog running away. I was like, whoa! Kevin Owens and Randy Orton reign supreme and scare Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa away with a little help from security. There was hella security out here breaking these guys up. I was like, let them fight, man. But it's cool to see Randy Orton and Kevin Owens take out the Bloodline. It's going to be a tag team match at Backlash, which I'm really excited about. That ought to be really good. It was announced later in the show, and I'm excited about it. Naomi fought Tiffany Stratton one-on-one. Winner faces Bayley at Backlash for the World Championship, but you already know this had to get interrupted. I was like, who's going to interrupt this? Is Bayley going to interfere? No! Nia Jax, who was drafted to SmackDown this night, attacks Bayley on ringside, distracting Naomi, and Nia's like, you know what? I'll just take out everybody. So she destroys Bayley, destroys Naomi, leaves Tiffany Stratton, which, of course, the match is thrown out the window. It's a disqualification. So it's going to be a triple threat match at Backlash. Bayley, Tiffany Stratton, and Naomi, just like I predicted last week. You already know, that's obvious. Tiffany Stratton decided to get a little insult to injury to both Bayley and Naomi by hitting the pitch perfect moonsault off the top rope, which was pretty cool to see. It was like double. That was awesome. But man, Nia Jax not being added to this match, making it a fatal four-way, even though she just interjected herself like this. It's still going to be a triple threat. I'm looking forward to it. Final Testament. You guys know I'm not a big fan of this group. They attacked New Catch Republic backstage, setting up for a tag team match next week. Other than that, this was kind of boring. Favorite match of the night, no doubt about it. Carmelo Hayes being drafted to SmackDown this night. He went one-on-one with Cody Rhodes, looking to make a big statement, and he did. This was a hell of a match in the main event. Absolutely loved it. Obviously, as you would guess, Cody Rhodes did come out on top, hitting the crossroads, which was sold amazingly by Carmelo Hayes. Rhodes was able to pick up the victory. We saw a disaster kick, a Cody cutter, the whole 9 yards with Cody Rhodes. I thought it was really odd near the end of the match. Both men did little springboards off to both sides, and they kind of missed each other. I don't know if that was planned or botched. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments down below. But it was just unique. I was like, what the heck just happened? Like, they totally just missed each other, and Cody looked like he landed really badly on his shoulder. I was like, my God, somebody please check on Cody Rhodes. But yeah, this is a solid way to end the show. Cody Rhodes paying his respects to Carmelo Hayes after the match, which was pretty cool. And man, Carmelo, I'm really excited to see what he's going to do. He is him. He don't miss. That was a solid main event. That was SmackDown Setup Style. Once again, if you guys are like, wait, where are the draft picks? Separate video. There will be a separate video on all of the draft picks here in the 2024 draft for WWE. I'll be talking about all of them in a separate video, so stay tuned for it. SmackDown this week was just okay. Not going to lie. I'm going to give this show a solid 3 out of 5. I did enjoy some of the matches. The Carlito turn was pretty crazy as well, I'm not going to lie. But my favorite moment easily had to have been the Carmelo Hayes versus Cody Rhodes match. I absolutely love this match. It was really good. Let me know your thoughts on both shows this week from Raw and SmackDown. And I will see you guys next week for the next week in review. For the live is out.